Who's ready for an Indianapolis housing market update? You? Well, hey, you've come to the right place. Hey, I'm Brian Quinlan. I'm a realtor here in the Indianapolis area. Been here for 5 years. I've actually lived in this particular area for almost 30 years. So you might say I've been around long enough to maybe be considered an expert. So, real estate here at the end of October, this is 2024, this being recorded here in early November. In fact, it's election day. And data from October is finalized. So, we're going to take a look at how the market did last month and talk about maybe where we're going from here. To start, let's just say the election had a huge influence over real estate. Now, that's not unique to Indianapolis by any means, but it pretty much caused a standstill. Yes, some homes still closed and homes got under contract. People always need to buy and sell, but for the most part, in general, people stopped looking for houses. They're waiting to find out what's going to happen with the election. Each presidential candidate had their particular views on how they were going to help housing, and so some buyers, some sellers were waiting to find out who was going to be in charge. Now, the misguidedness of that particular plan is that whomever wins the election, they don't take office until January. And it's not like any of their housing plans are something that can be an executive order or anything that can be changed on day one. So January 21st comes around, Inauguration Day, somebody new takes office, they start their agenda of things that they want to get accomplished while in office. Housing is on the list, but probably not top of the list, and it's not something they can do anything about from day one. So they're going to have to get Congress involved. Once Congress gets involved, who knows when that's going to come about? We're talking months and months, maybe even more than a year before anything in housing can actually get accomplished from the plan that the current candidates have in mind. So people who have put their home search on hold for what? Yeah, interest rates did go back up with the jobs report that came out, but they are expected in 2025 to slowly make their way lower and lower. Some people might be waiting for that, and I suppose I can't fault them for that, but there's just no assurance that that's going to be the case. So let me just say something that I say all the time. Talk with a lender if you're getting a loan for a house, that is. If you can afford the monthly payment at what you are pre-approved for now or at any point, that's the time to move forward. Don't wait for interest rates to drop. Don't wait for them to potentially go up, and then your situation is even worse. Get into it when you are financially ready to do so. If potentially in the future interest rates go down, you do possibly have the opportunity to refinance and get into a better deal at that point. But in the time that you're living in the house with whatever interest rate you have, you're building equity as long as you're keeping up on your payments. As long as you do that, the home value is very likely going to be higher as time goes by. The history of real estate shows that the price or the value in homes only goes up over time. If it were to come down, well, something bad probably happened. And in that case, there's lots more things to consider in your world than what the interest rate is on your house, I suppose. All right, so let's get into the data. Now I'm looking at county data. Now this is at the end of October. I'm going to break it down by county, and I'm going to take the bigger counties that kind of surround Indianapolis, starting with Marion County. Now Marion County is all of Indianapolis, okay? So the median sale price at the end of October, or for homes sold in October, was $245,000. Now median does mean middle. It is not average. It is the middle number of all the homes that were sold, $245,000. That does give you kind of a good baseline for where home pricing is. It's kind of in the middle. That was a 1% increase over the previous month. The median days on market is how long a home sits on the market before it goes under contract. That was 19. That was up 18% from the previous month. So homes were selling slower last month of October than they were in September. As I said, real estate kind of hit a standstill last month. So when we see the numbers for November, that number could be even higher. The sold price per square foot, which is a pretty good estimate for comparing homes to each other, not certainly the only metric to use, probably not even the best metric to use, but it is something that can be used to compare. $149 per square foot in Marion County. Now, one of the questions that comes up often in real estate is, are we in a buyer's market or a seller's market? Well, let me tell you, we are in a seller's market, and we have been since, let's see, January of 2019. So last month, or actually as of today, we are sitting at 2.1 months of inventory. So that would mean if nothing else were to come on the market, you would have 2 months worth of inventory available for people to purchase. So that is a seller's market. Seller's market is anywhere from 0 to about 3. When you get above 3 up until about 5%, it's considered a level market. And anything above 5% is considered a buyer's market. We have not been in anything but a seller's market since 2019. We're at 2.1 months of inventory this month. That is the highest we have been since January of 2024 when it was 2.2. So we've slowly dropped and then came back up to, if you want to call it, come back up to 2.1. It was 2.2 in January of 2023. Then it went down from there until the start of this year. January of 2020, it was at 2.4, which is the highest it was in that 3-year period. And the last time it was over 3 months of inventory was January of 2019. So we have and continue to have an inventory issue in the Indianapolis market. If you follow any type of real estate news online, you may hear that some states are getting back up to their pre-pandemic inventory. We are not, okay? Because like I said, January of 2019 was the last time that we were at 3% or higher. That's pre-pandemic. So we continue to be low here in Indianapolis, which continues to make it a challenge for buyers to find homes to purchase. All right, now we're going to branch out away from Indianapolis specifically. Hamilton County. Now, Hamilton County is on the north side. You're talking about Carmel and Westfield and Noblesville, some of the more expensive homes in the area. The median sale price in October for Hamilton County was over $439,000. Now that's almost $440,000. Their median days on market was also 19. That was up 58% from the previous month for them. So significant slowdown up there in Hamilton County, but we're also talking about homes that are more expensive. Their sold price per square foot is $182. Now that's compared to Marion County that was $149. Now, we're not really comparing apples to apples. Yes, we're talking about homes, but it's really more like apples to oranges because yes, they're both fruits, but they are certainly not the same. The least expensive home sold in Indianapolis in October was $25,500. The least expensive home sold in Hamilton County was 3 times that much at $74,900. Most expensive, $2.6 million in Indianapolis, $2.995 million, almost $3 million in Hamilton County. So homes up there are just more expensive, as many of you know. Moving on to Hendricks County. Now this is over on the west side of town. You're talking about Avon and Plainfield and that general vicinity out to Danville, I believe. The median sale price in Hendricks County, $350,000. Their days on market was 20. Now, while that is higher than Indianapolis and Hamilton County, it's actually down 9% from the previous month. So their homes sold a little bit faster out there in Hendricks County. And their price per square foot is at $158 last month. Their least expensive home, $86,000, but their most expensive home was only $1 million. Johnson County. Now, while I do live in Marion County, I taught in Johnson County, and that's kind of my wheelhouse of areas that I am most comfortable in. And so down in Johnson County, we're talking about Center Grove, Bargersville, Franklin, Whiteland, those cities down there. The median sale price in Johnson County last month, $315,000. Their days on market was 20, which was up 11%. So homes sold a little bit slower there than they did the previous month. Their price per square foot, $164 per square foot, cheaper than Hamilton County, which was over $180, but more expensive than Marion County. The least expensive home in Johnson County sold at $70,500. Most expensive home sold was $1.8 million. All right, last one we're going to look at is Hancock County. Now, this is over on the east side of town. Hancock County, you're talking about New Pal, McCordsville, uh, all the way out to Greenfield. In Hancock County, you're talking about a more rural area, especially as you get out towards Greenfield and beyond. So larger land areas, and of course, when you're talking about land, you might be talking about more expensive homes, even though the homes might not be as big. The land space that you get with it certainly could factor into the pricing. Median sale price in Hancock County, 334, almost 335,000. Days on market, this is the highest one we've seen of any of the counties I'm looking at 37, which is actually up 61% from the previous month. So significantly slower home sales out there in Hancock County. $160 per square foot is what they were selling at. Least expensive property sold out there was $80,000, which is high, especially when compared to Marion County. The most expensive property sold out there, $862,000. So that did not go over the $1 million mark. All right, so that is what we got here in the Indianapolis and surrounding area for October. If you have any questions about real estate in the Indianapolis or surrounding area, my name is Brian. I'm a realtor here in Indianapolis. I'd love it if you drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. If you'd like to hit the subscribe button, I'd certainly appreciate that. And feel free to reach out to me down in the notes. I will leave some contact information so you can get in touch with me. I'd love to answer any questions you may have about Indianapolis and surrounding area. Thanks for watching.